we're about to start the show, and you know the drill. If you've been here before and you have something important to share, please add a capital letter Q to your comment. And if you are watching live for the first time, please let us know by writing the word new, and we'll give you a nice little welcome. Enjoy the broadcast. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, where we try to create connections of all kinds, nurturing connections. More often than not, today is not going to be a day of nurturing connections, but hopefully it will be a day of good perspective, because we have really, really bad news to announce. But before we go there, welcome. Welcome, everyone. If it wasn't a day like today, we'd be here creating connections about all kinds of wonderful things that happen in our city, in our state, in our country. We would be looking forward to sharing things that we want to take part of. But there's a saying in Spanish that says, you cannot cover the sun with your thumb. I mean, you can if you put it really close to your face, but you cannot. So today we are going to share some sad news, and we are going to process through them, and we are going to make the best of it by gaining some perspective of some of the reality of the political arena as it is manifesting itself in the current political campaign here in Mexico. And let's just cut to the chase and address the elephant in the room. Oh my goodness, and how appropriate that I should get a black screen. Okay, so this was a grim weekend for Puerto Vallarta with the news that Dr. Francisco Sanchez Gaeta, a local council person, a young local council person and candidate for the Partido Verde, was murdered in Mascota on Saturday. He was first reported as missing until a body was found in a vehicle along the highway, and sources to him quickly confirmed his identity afterwards. Shortly after the news began circulating around the city, Luis Munguia, the mayoral candidate for the Partido Verde, offered a press conference along with the rest of his team, condemning the incident and stating that, and I quote, his life was taken as he battled to defend our city, fighting to obtain a better future for our citizens. He was silenced violently because they found no other option to do so. In a press conference that took place yesterday, Puerto Vallarta interim mayor Jose Martinez condemned the murder and went further, stating that it is time for all candidates to commit to a peaceful process and to stop playing dirty games. I quote, "It's time for all candidates to stop embarrassing the city and the political process. There is a strong lack of political maturity in all the campaigns. It is time to make specific proposals for the betterment of our city instead of acting in a way that is truly embarrassing for all of us." The cause of death is still under investigation, as this was not a violent act for a change. Preliminary autopsy reports indicate that he suffered a pulmonary edema, and authorities noticed 3 needle pins in one of his hands, leading to believe that he was administered a toxic agent that caused his death. It also came to light that this past Friday, President López Obrador was questioned at the end of his morning press conference about the presence of several political groups protesting outside of the National Palace, including one that came from Puerto Vallarta that was asking for the Ministry of Government to intervene locally, as they feared that things were heating up in Puerto Vallarta and were concerned that things could become as critical as what happened in Celaya on April 1st. Just so you know, in Celaya, which is a city in the state of Guanajuato, a mayoral candidate for the Morena party was murdered on April 1st, a few hours after she had requested protection because she feared for her life. President López Obrador's response to this question was that all groups would be addressed, and he ended the conference by inviting reporters to leave and saying, "Why don't we end it here? It is Friday after all." One day later, Francisco Sanchez was murdered. We are weeks away from the largest election in the history of Mexico, which has also become the deadliest, unfortunately. In an article published in February, Rubén Aguilar, a political analyst and former presidential spokesperson for President Vicente Fox, compared the current electoral process to that of 2021, where a total of 102 politicians were murdered. 36 of them were either candidates or pre-candidates. Back in February, when this article was published, well over a dozen candidates were already murdered in 2024, and their identities are listed in the article. Although the electoral process, all through the electoral process, I have seen reports of these murders and have not reported them here at Coffee and Headlines because that is not the coverage that I bring to the table. But needless to say, when an incident happens close to home, it is bound to be a cause for alarm. So I'm happy to address any questions or comments you may have on this very unfortunate and very sad matter. I had other news to share about Lake Chapala and Punta de Mita, but I think we're going to save those for tomorrow. Let's turn over to the weather. Let's hope that the weather is better than the political climate in this city. Let's see. That cloud looks like David Hasselhoff eating a cheeseburger, says weather person. I say whatever. It is 26 degrees right now. Humidity is 56%. And our weather forecast for today says it's going to be humid with a partly cloudy skies throughout the day, a high of 28 and a low of 18. Then tomorrow we can expect mostly cloudy skies throughout the day with a high of 27 and a low of 17. And then on Wednesday, we'll have partly cloudy skies throughout the day, a high of 28 and a low of 17. That set of news that I shared is probably one of the reasons why I get so snarky when people refer to Puerto Vallarta as paradise. Either people have very different opinions or definitions for the word paradise, or people are simply not informed. And sometimes it is important to keep these things in perspective. So there you have it. I also want to remind you that this afternoon we can escape a little bit by focusing on, can you hear the sirens going on in the background? Oh my God, how timely is that? This afternoon we are getting together to enjoy a live music appreciation presentation, and I'm happy to report that the buzz is increasing about these live presentations and also about the spotlight. We already have a couple of individuals that have expressed interest in joining the spotlight this Wednesday. But I also want to mention something that I've heard from a couple of people, which is people that are members trying to take advantage of the members only prices on the presentations. So I want to give a little bit of a crash course, and it goes like this. A few of you have expressed some a few of you have reached out to me saying they don't understand how to get to the special prices or how to get um, the perks that we offer here at Coffee and Headlines. You are looking at my homepage at coffee and at buymeacoffee.com. Now, this is the way it shows up to you. You either land here because this is where you came, or maybe you have landed in a specific perk or a specific event or at the shop. Any of those links, please keep in mind that the website Buy Me a Coffee does not know who you are until you log in. And here on the main page, the login button is up here. If you do not log in, the website has no way of knowing that you are already a member. So that is the reason why you are getting the full prices, and instead you can or should be getting the prices for members. The same thing happens here. If you are on a specific event, you still need to log in so that you can be recognized by the system. Let's say that here, if you scroll down, you see that it says only $5 for members. Become a member to get a discount and other exclusive benefits. If you click the join button, it'll tell you, it'll show you, where is it? Okay, if you click the join button and you see, you click it again, at the bottom it says already a member, log in. So what I'm trying to say here is that there are several places where you must identify yourselves to the website Buy Me a Coffee as a member. Otherwise, you will not be able to get all these perks. And I hope you you found that helpful. Now let's turn over to our chit chat section just to see what everybody has to say. Let's see. Good mornings abound, and I love your good mornings. Thank you so very much. Deb is approaching her arrival. Good for you, Deb. Let's see. Karen says, it's unfortunately one of those days. Thankful to have CNH, Coffee and Headlines, as an escape for a few minutes. Let me just say, Karen, that I had a really, really bad day Friday and a really, really bad day Saturday. So all I can say is, those gray skies, those gray clouds have a tendency of coming and going. So I hope your clouds get clearer and your sky gets bluer. I did send you an email message this morning, and I hope that it'll make you smile. Let's see what else. Oh, lots of comments about how beautiful it is. Yes, absolutely. It has been lovely out. It has been lovely out. Angelica says they are destroying PV with so many big buildings, destroying flora everywhere. Yes, this is correct. Let's see what else we have. Angelica adds, that is totally horrifying. Yes, I did get a number of comments from people over the weekend, people that reached out to me. How could this happen in our little city? And again, these things sting a lot more when they happen around the corner. Unfortunately, for better or worse, when you keep your eyes open to the political scene throughout Mexico, you become not numb, but when somebody reached out to me this weekend, a couple of people did and said, oh my God, how could this be happening? Well, it's been happening. It happens every political period. It just happens to be worse this year. Is it troubling? Of course it is. Is there anything we can do about it? Unfortunately, from our individual place where we are, all we can do is take care of ourselves. Angelica asks, are you having in your Mexican songs Pedro Infante and Jorge Negrete, the classics? I am not answering that. All I have to say is you have to watch. Let's keep it a secret. Let's keep it suspenseful. Thank you for the login info, says Karen. Thank you for reaching out to me with that particular question, Karen. I thought I would bring it up here as oh my God, yes, don't forget Oculto. You know what? I will talk about Oculto tomorrow because it's Oculto. We had a lovely dinner on Saturday night, but somehow I'm not finding it within me to glow about anything. Not this morning. If you'll forgive me, I will tell you my glowing review of another wonderful dinner at Oculto, but I'll do it tomorrow. JC says, where can I find a Dr. Simi in Old Town? You can find them at any Dr. Simi drugstore. They usually have them available for sale. ¿Qué pasa, Paco? ¿Estás bien de salud? Asks Angelica. Angelica asks, what's the matter, Paco? Are you okay health-wise? Angelica, I suffer from chronic depression, and I think that is very publicly known here in Coffee and Headlines. I'm not shy about talking about depression, and I just happened to have 2 very bad days on Friday and Saturday. And fortunately, the gray clouds that were hovering over me are gone. Today, I'm just bummed out about what's happening in our city, what's happening in the country, and perhaps one's individual inability or lack of ability to do something about it. It can be very frustrating. So I do look forward to this afternoon. I look forward to escaping through music with those of you that choose to watch the presentation this afternoon. And please keep in mind that if you are not able to watch the presentation this afternoon, you can still watch it on demand wherever you want, and you will still be making hurry. Oh, wrong button. My bad. You will still be making a valuable contribution to Coffee and Headlines whenever you purchase the ability to watch any of the music appreciation presentations. And I think, yes, I think we are done. Yes, I think we are done with today. Again, I am sorry to give you grim news, but it's inevitable to talk about that. Thank you for mentioning this, Pat. Yay, I do struggle with depression. Please take care and know you are not alone. I am comforted by your words, and I send you good wishes back. We are done for today, at least for this morning. I am excited about this afternoon, so I hope to see some of you there. And tomorrow, hopefully, we'll have more reasons to smile and more nice things to look forward to. And I hope, despite the grim news, that you will begin your week with a positive mindset. I hope you have a wonderful day today. And I hope to see you this afternoon. And if not this afternoon, I hope to see you tomorrow. Take care.